Do you think had this announcement been made a week ago, it would have made any difference to the US election result?
I don't know. Look, it might have. It's certainly uncanny timing coming on the first business day since the media declared that Joe Biden was the victor in this still contested election. But look, it's great news. As you have just been hearing, the market soared, especially when it comes to airline stocks and affiliated industries. And I think it'll put a step in everyone's, happiness, a spring in everyone's step. And so people are hoping that by spring things might get back to normal, which is why it was sort of a bit off-putting to have Joe Biden's first act as president-elect today to call his coronavirus task force and basically announce some pretty draconian policies, such as a national mask mandate, enforcing mask wearing. I mean, in New York, everyone wears a mask anyway. In the cities that need it, people are wearing masks. And then the other thing is the promise of 90-day lockdowns. So I don't think that'll go down very well. And it's jarring when it comes with this optimistic news from Pfizer.
And tell us about Joe Biden's coronavirus task force. He seems to be getting straight to work, but he's also put a mask mandate and lockdowns, or he's flagged it. How's that been received so far?
Well, not well. America's a very different country from Australia, and there's no way that the sort of lockdown that was instituted by Daniel Andrews in Victoria would be possible here. People have guns, for one thing. It's just, and they prize their freedom. So there is just no way you can do that. So I'm not sure that you can institute another lockdown. New York went into a lockdown, but that was voluntary because everyone was terrified of the virus in those early days. And now, you saw with Trump's, brush with COVID, where he came out of it pretty well, that the virus is not as dangerous a proposition as it was even 3 or 4 months ago because the treatments are so good. Now the news of this vaccine means that people are going to be much more relaxed about it. I've been into the centre of this country where the virus didn't ravage as much as it did in, say, a place like New York or New Jersey or Connecticut. And people don't wear masks and they don't really social distance very much. And there hasn't been a disaster for them. Whereas in New York, you needed to do that. We need to still wear masks. The virus is still bubbling along. And so I think in different parts of the country that have had different sort of relationships with the virus, there'll be different attitudes. But certainly in those red states that voted for Donald Trump and a sort of Second Amendment freedom-loving states, they are not going to take kindly to Joe Biden telling them to wear a mask.